Well, New York State Comptroller Thomas DiNapoli delivered an address at the Chautauqua County Chamber of Commerce annual meeting, acknowledging the county's commendable progress in job development and decreasing unemployment rates over the past 2 years. While noting the substantial recovery in the hospitality and manufacturing sectors, which have rebounded to pre-pandemic levels, DiNapoli highlighted that government, including public education, remains below early 2020 employment levels.
Certain sectors have fully recovered, financial services, educational services, professional services, healthcare, social assistance. Those are the areas where we've seen particular strength in job recovery. Here in Chautauqua County, the unemployment rate last year, 2022, was 3.9%, a little better than the state rate. Last year was 4.3%. I mentioned the state now is about a 4.2% unemployment. Chautauqua, as of October, 3.7%. So you're doing a little better than the state in terms of the unemployment rate. Looking at jobs data, last year about 800 jobs were added in the county. The highest employment gains seem to be in accommodations and food services industry, hospitality, with 280 jobs. Manufacturing, which really had struggled in the years pre-pandemic, added about 200 jobs. So the numbers that I saw, the employment picture in October of 2023, you're at a point now where you're back to the pre-pandemic levels, and that's very, very good news. As I said, manufacturing had been a challenging area. Employment generally had been going down in the decade or two before the pandemic. So at least now it seems to have leveled off, and in fact it's starting to grow again, and that's good news. Interestingly enough, government is the largest employment sector for the county, about 20% of the jobs. And during the pandemic, local government school districts, you did see a number of positions downsize there. So, in terms of public education, we haven't seen 100% recovery, but as hopefully more jobs will be added there, particularly at the local level, hopefully we'll see some increased improvement there.
Despite significant state investments in critical areas such as child care, mental health, and education, DiNapoli, serving as the state's fiscal watchdog, issued a cautionary note on the upcoming year's budget. He pointed out a decline in monthly tax revenue for the current fiscal year, urging state lawmakers and the governor to exercise restraint in budgetary decisions for the upcoming year.
What I have said, what controllers always say, but we're saying it a little more loudly now, is that we have to be mindful of the fact that it's a different budget picture and revenue picture than we had a year ago. And that while there's a fair amount of uncertainty, to me, that should suggest caution. Does it mean we don't do those important investments I mentioned before? I don't think anybody would quibble that education and healthcare and mental health, at least childcare, these are all important investments. Government needs to do it to help the local economies do better. But we cannot spend money that we don't have.
Chambers are natural conveners, stated DiNapoli, acknowledging the assets of Chautauqua County, including natural resources, world-class institutions, and strong anchors in state education.
I don't get to Chautauqua County enough. It's not around the corner from Long Island, but I am happy to be here whenever I can, because I do think it really is such a beautiful part of the state. The natural resources are very evident. You have world-class cultural institutions. Yes, I have been to the National Comedy Center, and everybody mentions Lucille Ball whenever they mention this part of the state. And I did have the chance to visit, was it 2 years ago, Tom? I went to Chautauqua Institution, which was the first time I had been there. It really was incredible. So, not to mention the wine and craft beverage trails that you have here. Go down the long list of the great assets you have in this part of the state. So it is a wonderful place to live and to work and to raise a family. And obviously you have great anchors with our educational institutions, certainly our colleges here. I know Dr. Cullison is here from SUNY Fredonia. He's had a quiet week, so it's nice to have the time to be here. And Dr. DeMart is here, Jamestown Community College. Tells me enrollment is up. That's a good thing. We need that. So give our two college presidents a round of applause.
He encouraged continued collaboration between businesses, government entities, and nonprofits to maintain New York State and its communities on a solid financial footing. During the meeting, the Chamber presented the 2023 Pam Leidig Coalition Builder Award to Bishop Lee Croft Clark, recognizing his leadership as the project director of the IDEA Coalition, IDEA standing for Inclusion, Diversity, Equity, and Accessibility.
We have to recognize that we are a people that have a history. Everyone that is born on this earth has been given a history that you have not chosen yourself. Does that make sense? Right? And having received that history, one of the things that we have to do is literally receive it. This is what's been given to me. But in so doing, the other thing that I've also learned is that we've also been called to do something with the history that's been given to us so that we can give a better history to the next generation. And so it is for all of us, even all of us here regarding the Chamber of Commerce, that everything that we do in this county is to ensure that the next generation will have a better history than the one that we have. And I'm looking forward to continue working with all of you and others within our county. All of us are looking to work with each other to make Chautauqua County a better place for all. Thank you so much for this award, and God bless you. Amen.
Under Clark's guidance, the coalition has significantly expanded its membership and facilitated 6 listening sessions in Dunkirk and Jamestown, addressing the priorities of historically marginalized communities in education, business and jobs, and community and social activities.